Have you ever felt like the world has gone silent, like the weight of your grief has drowned out every other sound, leaving you alone in a void where even your own heartbeat feels distant? You're not alone in that darkness, though it might seem like it. I've been there too, the day my brother David was stolen from me in a car accident that left no warning, no chance to say goodbye, just a gaping wound in my soul that swallowed every shred of light. I'd stand at his grave, the cold earth mocking my numbness, while inside I was raging, screaming at God for answers. Why him? Why now? Why this unbearable ache? In public, I'd plaster on a smile, nodding at hollow condolences, but alone, I'd collapse, tears soaking my pillow until my eyes burned, clutching his old hoodie like it could bring him back. Maybe you felt that too, holding onto a fading photograph, a worn-out shirt, anything that still carries their echo, drowning in a flood of tears with no end in sight. But here's the shocking truth that hit me like a lightning bolt. Every tear you've cried, every wail that's ripped through you, Jesus took it to Calvary. He didn't just shoulder your sins, he bore your pain, your loss, your brokenness, pinning it to that rugged cross with every drop of his blood. You might wonder, how can my hurt, so raw and personal, matter to him? Let me unveil the hidden mystery. Isaiah 53 verse 4 declares, "Surely he has borne our griefs and carried our sorrows." Every moment you felt forsaken, every night you've sobbed until you're empty, Jesus was there, not just watching, but feeling it, weaving your agony into his own. I didn't see that at first. After David's death, I was furious, driving past his favorite diner, staring at his empty seat at the table, the pain slicing through me like a blade I couldn't escape. I thought it would bury me, define me forever. But one sleepless night, I cracked open my Bible, and Psalm 34 verse 18 stopped me cold. The Lord is close to the brokenhearted and saves those who are crushed in spirit. Close to me? Crushed like me? Suddenly, I saw him, Jesus on that cross, his body torn, his heart shattered, not just for humanity, but for me, for David, for every tear I'd ever shed. That's the first truth you need to grip tight. Your pain isn't unseen, God catches every tear, and he's nearer than you dare believe, lifting what you can't carry alone. But there's more. Maybe you felt your grief as a punishment, a sentence for some unspoken sin. I did too, replaying every fight with David, every missed I love you, drowning in guilt that gnawed at my bones. I was convinced God was punishing me, that my anguish was his wrath. But here's the secret the darkness hides. Your suffering isn't a curse, it's a bridge to Jesus. He says in John 16 verse 33, "In this world you will have trouble. But take heart. I have overcome the world." Your loss isn't the end, it's a path to the one who conquered death itself. When that sank in, my pain stopped being a cage and became a doorway. I'd whisper, "Jesus, you took this to the cross, take it now," and bit by bit, the burden eased, like he was carrying it with me. That's the second truth. Your pain ties you to Jesus' suffering. He didn't just face the cross, he turned it into a vow that no tear falls in vain. Still, some days, that vow feels distant, doesn't it? You wake up, and the grief sits on your chest like a stone, every photo, every song, a fresh wound. I found David's jacket once, buried in my closet, and I held it, breathing in his scent, crying like the day he left. How do I heal when every memory stabs me? I wondered. Here's the deeper mystery. Healing isn't erasing the hurt or forgetting their face, it's letting Jesus reshape your pain. Revelation 21 verse 4 promises, he will wipe every tear from their eyes, not only in eternity, but here, when you let him near. I started writing down my tears, every piercing memory, praying, "Jesus, you carried this to Calvary, hold it for me." Some days, I'd feel a flicker of peace, others, I'd break again. But each time, he drew closer, whispering, "I've got you." That's the third truth. Healing is a winding road, not a finish line. You don't outrun loss, you walk it with Jesus, and he makes your tears holy. But beware, the enemy prowls, desperate to trap you in despair, hissing that you're too broken, that God's forgotten you, that your pain outweighs the cross. I believed those lies for months, shutting out the world, sitting in church like a ghost, thinking, why bother? Until one Sunday, a stranger slipped me a note, "Jesus wept for you." It shattered me. The enemy wants your tears to feel worthless, but Jesus calls them priceless. Psalm 56 verse 8 says, "You have collected all my tears in your bottle, every drop, sacred, held in his heart, carried to Calvary." That's the fourth truth. Your tears aren't lost, they're woven into your story, and Jesus writes the redemption. So where do you go from here? Maybe you're asking, how do I trust a God who let this happen? I screamed the question until I was hoarse, but one day, I saw it. Trust isn't understanding why, it's knowing He's good when life isn't. Romans 8 verse 28 says, "In all things God works for the good of those who love Him, not that your loss is good, but that He can carve good from it." For me, it was a fiercer faith, a heart for the hurting, a hope beyond this world. That first Christmas without David, I sat by the fire, staring at his stocking, the silence deafening. That night, I dreamed he smiled and said, "I'm okay, sis, I'm with him." I woke with a peace I hadn't felt since he died, John 14 verses 2 to 3 echoing, "I am going there to prepare a place for you." He wasn't gone, he was home, and I'd see him again. But the pain lingered, days I'd wake choking on it, begging God, why? No answer came, but Proverbs 3 verses 5 to 6 cut through. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. My road was jagged, but He was leading me through it. Then I found his letter, hidden in a drawer. "Sis, God's got us, He's bigger than our pain." I wept, knowing David's words were God's voice, urging me to cling tight. Memories sting and soothe, don't they? They're treasures and thorns, but 2 Corinthians 1 verses 3 to 4 says God comforts us so that we can comfort those in any trouble. Your memories honor them and heal others. I felt purposeless until I shared my story. My pain became a beacon, 2 Corinthians 12 verse 9 promising, "My power is made perfect in weakness." Your weakness is where His strength blazes. Guilt chained me too, every whit of a shackle, but you're not God. You couldn't stop it, and Jesus took that guilt to Calvary, 1 Peter 2 verse 24 healing those wounds. Isolation tempts you, but Ecclesiastes 4 verses 9 to 10 says, "Two are better than one." I found solace in a grief group, and you can too. Healing twists and turns, but Matthew 11 verse 28 offers, "Come to me, all you who are weary, and I will give you rest, peace amid the storm." So tonight, light a candle, read Psalm 23, "Though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you are with me." Name your pain, hand it to Jesus. You carried this, carry it now. It's a step, not a cure. I still miss David, still cry, but I'm not alone. Jesus holds my hand, pointing to Calvary where He bore it all. That's the fifth truth. Healing starts when you let Him carry your tears. He doesn't demand your strength, just your surrender. Let Him turn your sorrow into redemption. You're not your loss, you're His. If this stirs you, if you ache to journey with others, hit subscribe. Let's uncover how Jesus transforms tears into triumph, together.